Hello everyone, James Wilson here. In this video I'm going to talk about child tax credits for dummies. I'm also going to do a timeline and what I think is going to happen. Part of this video is to educate everyone about the new child tax credit and how it works and the timelines on everything, because the next couple of years are going to be a little bit different every time as far as the taxations is concerned and things of that nature. Before we get started, I want to tell you my disclaimer. I am not a tax professional. It is not my obligation to be a tax professional. I am not responsible for your stupidity and your mistakes that you make along the lines. If you have any questions, contact your tax professional. With that in mind, I want to talk about the new child tax credit and how it is compared to the old child tax credit, because it's a little bit different. So as you may know, a few days ago, you may have received money or a direct deposit from the IRS talking about child tax a deposit for a certain amount for your child tax credits. And if you didn't do anything, if you didn't decide to not be involved in that, you got it if the government has your bank account information. If the government does not have your bank account information, they will mail you checks, which I do not recommend getting a check mailed to you. But anyways, without further ado, let me talk about it. Let me talk about what I think is going to happen and how people are going to react to it. I will do some general Senate prediction videos pretty soon. I'm not really going to talk about that on this video. Briefly talk about politics a little bit, but not much. So let's go ahead and get started. The child tax credit started in 1997. Under Bill Clinton, where every child, and this is just a simplified form, they get $500 a year to, as far as a tax credit, they get $500 a year. Then George W. Bush increased it to $1,000. Obama enacted on it and made it permanent, and then Trump in 2017, 2017. He doubled it and made it for $2,000 per child from the ages of 0 to 17. Okay, so now Joe Biden decided to do monthly payments. So we're going to talk about that. So under the old system, children from ages 0 to 17 you got $2,000 at the end of the year, okay? And the new system is now going to be $250 to $300 per. Let's see, that's supposed to be per month. I apologize. It's kind of late. Okay, so $250 to $300 per month per child, and that's going to be sent to you via a payment on your bank account, or send a check, yada yada yada. $300 a month from children 0 to 5, $250 a month from children 6 to 17. So I want to talk about the timeline. So 2020 taxes filed in 2021, a family of 4, let's say a 12 and a 10-year-old, would get $2,000 per child. You add it together and it's $4,000. And this is for the majority of families. Obviously, if you make too much money, you wouldn't qualify. But this is in general form for the majority of Americans. And that was pretty much it. So let's just throw out a name, Frank. Frank typically receives $4,000 at the end of the year on his taxes, because somehow he magically pays exactly the same amount on his taxes every year that he's supposed to pay, minus the child tax credit. So Frank is going to get $4,000 at the end of the year, and that was for 2021. Okay, so when he filed his taxes a few months ago, he got $4,000 for a child 10 and 12 years old. 2021 taxes, this would be filed in the beginning of 2022. So you get $500 a month for both. That's $250 times 2, which is $500. So in half of the year, from January to June, he receives $3,000 at the end of the year because we did not start getting payments until July. And so a half of the year, from July to December, he gets $500 a month. And in 2022 taxes, he gets $500 a month for the full calendar year. And then he doesn't get anything. And this would be filed in 2023. So let's talk about the timeline real quick. I'll throw in a little bit of politics here. So he gets $4,000. Let's talk about psychology here. 2021, he just got $4,000. He's pretty happy with that. Now he's getting monthly payments, $500 a month for both. He's happy now for half of the year. And then guess what? In 2022, in the beginning of 2022, he's still going to receive $3,000. Now, he may or may not be aware that's a little bit less, but he may not even notice, you know. But he gets $3,000 at the end of the year, and he is very, very happy. And so when the midterms come in 2022, he says, I'm going to vote Democrat because I'm getting all this money, and I am so happy. And so he thinks he's going to get $500 a month plus about $3,000. But what he doesn't realize is that $3,000 was from January to June that he didn't receive monthly payments for. And 2022 taxes is $500 a month, so this is going to be filed in 2023. He's not going to get anything, folks. It's going to be a sticker shock in 2023 when people file their taxes because they're not going to get anything. And so, you know, they're not going to be happy, and there's going to be some people who are going to rely on that income, on that big tax payment that they're going to get. And so, you know, I have to give the Democrats some credit because they know that these people are going to get money next year. They're going to get money back next year. And the midterms is November of 2022. And so once they realize, oh my, I'm not getting any more money, well, the midterms are over. Okay, so I think that's very interesting. And let's talk about the net gain, okay? The net gain, so in 2022, it's $4,000 for 2 children. 2021 is $500 a month times 6, which is July to December, plus $3,000 for the beginning of the month is $6,000. 2022 is $500 times 12, which is $6,000. Okay, and I will say in 2022, more than likely, they're going to enact this monthly payment. This isn't going to go away, folks. I know technically it's not in the books yet, but it will be. And so when you look at the net gain, it's $2,000 a year. So family of 4, 2 kids between the ages of 6 and 17 years old is going to gain a net profit of $2,000 for the year. That's not much, folks. That's less than $200 a month, if you think about it. So what's going to happen? Well, once the cars become, right now people want to buy cars. Right now the chips are not in the cars yet, so they're not producing as many cars because the chips are not available. But once those chips become available, you will see people just hustling to that dealership. They're going to want to buy that car because it's $500 a month and I can afford it now, and I can afford a $30,000 car, pay $500-600 a month. Man, I'm good to go, you know? And they don't realize that the net gain really isn't that much. So once 2023 happens where they're not going to get any money back, there's going to be some people that are going to rely on that income, and it's not going to be there. So I think this is all about the midterms, folks. But we'll have a midterm prediction later. but I can see right through this nonsense. It's not the government's job to pay you monthly payments. I think that's ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, I'll take the money because everyone else is taking the money, but I don't agree with it. And so to recap on everything, if you have two little babies, you're going to get $600 a month. Times that by 12, which is $7,200, which is a net profit of $3,200. So that's good if you have babies. And so I guess the reason why they're giving you a little bit more is because of daycare. Okay, but what, $50 a month for daycare? I mean, it costs way more than that. But yeah, this is a road to socialism, communism. You know, even though, I mean, it's great to have the money, but it's not really great because, I mean, we're going to see inflation go sky high, especially with cars. So what's going to happen is, and this is a prediction, people are going to start, once these cars become on the lots, they're going to be selling like hotcakes because of the child tax credits. People are going to be realizing I have $500 extra a month and I can buy a new car. And that's for a family of four, ages 6 to 17. You may get more. You know, if you have a couple, couple toddlers, a 2 and 3 year old, you can get a minivan. You know, $600 a month pays for it. Yeah, that's a lot of car for $600 a month for 5 years. So what's going to happen is that there's going to be probably, I don't know the percentage, I'm guessing maybe 5 or 10% of Americans, they're going to rely on that money at the beginning of the year for their tax rebates, and they're not going to get it. Okay, and I'm willing to guarantee you at least 40% of Americans are going to be shocked in 2023 because they're not getting money back. Okay, and so, you know, you're gonna see inflation, and this is just my prediction. And unless the Democrats just throw money at everything, which they love to do, you're gonna see inflation either stabilize or drop, deflation. And it happened in 2008, 2009. You saw some deflation going on, lots of deflation. And it could happen again in 2023. So my point is that this year, in 2022, they're going to buy cars. They're going to buy cars. And possibly homes as well. I mean, because I can afford $500 to $600 more a month on a mortgage. Man, I can buy a bigger house, yada, yada, yada. They're relying on the government, you know. And so you're going to see home prices. They may stabilize because they're so high right now. They may stabilize a little bit. They may actually go up until 2023. I think once 2023 hits and they see their taxes, they're not getting any money back. As long as the Democrats are not throwing any more money at it or paying off people's student loans, you'll see the prices drop, and we need to see the prices drop. We cannot afford massive inflation. Okay, so, you know, we could talk about student loans and all this stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. So, just moral of the story is that net profit of $2,000 for a family of four, ages 6 to 17 at the end of the day. And if you have younger ones, it's $3,200 for a family of four. So it's not that much, folks. Okay, they're making it seem like it's a lot. They're trying to, in my opinion, win for the midterms. So, but it's not. In all honesty, it's not that much of a net gain. Like and subscribe to my channel. Any content, any comments would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye bye.